Boxing has a quirky way of scoring. It's round by round, and unless there's a knockdown, it's just 1 point per round.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could see a fight, and at the end you go, fighter A won. But when you break it down round by round, you go, oh, I guess it was 6-6.
Wishing you nothing but the best. Everybody believes you're a rising star, and I hope it proves true. And thus far, you're doing your thing. Congratulations to you.
And some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter.
Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman applauded Shakur's speed and rhythm and said he was sharp-controlled and totally outclassed Teofimo.
Come on, man. Start that. Two different body types. One to me is a better puncher.
True, yes.
Shakur can punch way better to the body than Lomo can.
Loma has
totally
more
different
power
type of
at
animal.
his weight than Shakur has had so
That's
far.
for sure.
At his weight.
No, I agree with this. Shakur is longer than Loma and naturally bigger, but you can't say that Shakur's ahead of Loma. He has not proven that yet. Maybe he will be, but man, that's a lot. Very few fighters.
He's a great.
Yeah,
But what's your favorite fighter, though, Shady?
Bro,
and still he's telling you.
Right, and he's telling you.
loves Teo.
That's why.
Shady's a big
That's
Teo
why
fan.
one thing about your boy, I keep it 1,000. I don't have no favorites.
You know,
Shakur is my guy. He's my guy.
Max Kellerman said the result was not a shock because Teofimo had already lost to Kambosos, who is far less skilled than Shakur Stevenson.
Question, even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that like was dangerous actually, and it looked like an off night. By the way, George Kambosos doesn't like when I say this, and I apologize. I understand it feels unfair to you, and maybe it is.
After the loss, and while dealing with an injured, Teofimo admitted his plan did not work, said the better fighter won, and showed respect with class.
Oh, man, how you doing,
Your thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to event it. Like that time Kambosos beat you, you want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm going to let my team do the work on it.
Ryan Garcia shared on X that Teofimo had a poor strategy, pointing out the tactical errors that let Shakur Stevenson control the fight with ease, while Terrence Crawford praised Shakur Stevenson by saying he is not just good but truly great, the best fighter, and now the whole world will see his dominance.
He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know, and tomorrow he will.
Wade Pellman said Shakur Stevenson might be the best boxer in the world right now, and that he completely dominated Teofimo Lopez and made it look simple. As Shakur won, he proved he belongs at the top, while Andre Ward reacted live, saying Shakur is great and will keep proving it going forward.
He better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man, you know. You also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we're on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance. And obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
So what did you see from the outside that he might be?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that he could have touched on. But again, he's in there, you know, so he's seeing stuff. He's feeling the punches. We not. So you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first.
He said Shakur is among the top 4 fighters in the world and will keep showing his dominance going forward.
Yeah, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in, and, you know, was at 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35, 40?
How good is Shakur? I interviewed Terrence Crawford
We
and he
don't
said
know.
he could be the greatest of all time.
We don't know. He's not done yet. You know, he's not done yet. He's a great for sure. How great, we're going to see. You know, he got a lot. He can box as long as he wants.
Lennox Lewis reacted to Shakur Stevenson controlling Teofimo Lopez and said it is very hard to deal with a fighter who moves that well, and he fully expected Shakur to dominate the fight.
And let me tell you, Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, you know, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the 4th round.
After the 4th round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know, you know, it's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, you know, he definitely tried. His dad was emotional. You know, he wanted him to do better, but, you know, this is boxing.
Keyshawn Davis said the performance was no surprise and that he knew Shakur would fight like this, showing his skill and dominance.
Think like that, he took it out of him.
Nah, I wasn't surprised because the ref kept saying, show me something, Jermaine, show me something. And one time, Jermaine was like, all right, chill. Like, for real. So I wasn't surprised at all. And plus, his eye was shut and bleeding. Like, it was time to stop.
Incredible.
Eddie Hearn reacted by saying he believed Shakur would win, but did not expect it to be this impressive, as Shakur went beyond expectations, dominated the fight with ease, and earned praise for his skill, speed, and complete performance.
He would just be too good. Like he didn't really have to.
Listen, I was fully confident he'd win the fight. I didn't think he'd win it as widely as that. I thought, you know, I mean, look, Teo's a great fighter. He made him look average in there. And that's because Shakur is so good, his IQ is so good, his footwork is so good. I actually think he could have stopped Teo if he would have pushed on the gas a little bit, but didn't need to. It was so easy. He's a 4-division world champion at 28 years of age. Phenomenal.
What was His Excellency saying ringside watching it?
Just that he's so good, you know, and I think sometimes people think that you know, Teo can do a little bit more, but like every time he tried to, he was just getting countered, peppered, and yeah, it was phenomenal to watch.
Conor Benn always managed to come away.
Started on a few people tonight, yeah.
Shakur Stevenson, so I just spoke to him there. He said his style's boring. He said if you like boxing, he gets it. But other than that, it's easy work for him. That fight realistic?
Yeah, why not? Look, for me, I still dream of Conor Benn winning a world title.
Zach Schumacher said you can question the performance, but not the heart, and that boxing needs more fighters like Teofimo who give everything, noting he delivered the fight fans wanted, showing courage and determination and earning respect for his commitment and bravery regardless of the outcome, while Teddy Atlas reacted live expressing disappointment in Teofimo, so far saying the fight is tied up, not good, and that with all the talk and antics coming in from his father he needed to show more. Atlas added that although Teofimo still has many rounds left, this start is underwhelming, pointing out a minor headbutt likely Teofimo's fault as he rushed in head first and top heavy, and noting that some judges might favor aggressors over tacticians, but stressing that aggression must be effective, not reckless.
But what you said, some people said 2-2. I understand. I think it's a shutout. Shakur won this round so far, but a little headbutt there, I guess. A warning from the ref, and that's probably the fault of Teo. Be honest, he's rushing in head heavy, top heavy, but some judges like the aggressor more than the tactician. But for me, it's got to be effective aggression. It can't just be aggression. And a little bit better close to the round by Lopez. That was
it was. He went to the body better. He had a little success with the right hand to the body.
He got his range.
He praised Shakur's technical control, noting that Shakur managed the distance, landed effective body shots, and used his right hand well, while Atlas said that although Teofimo's father tells him to just hit Shakur, he hopes for smarter strategy, because Teofimo needs it now. He discussed scoring, mentioning Teofimo may have done slightly better in the second half, but overall he is behind. Atlas stressed that Shakur's jab is key. Both fighters know its importance, but Shakur, a master of it, has stayed in control, and Teddy concluded that for Teofimo to remain competitive, he must adjust, build on small successes, and counter Shakur's accuracy, otherwise Shakur's dominance will continue and Teofimo faces a very tough challenge.
Terrence Crawford, the great Terence Crawford. And I think they were making fun, to be honest. I think they were chiding Lopez and his father. I think they were chiding Lopez and his father a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk before this fight and some nasty stuff said on both sides. But you'd like to think after the fight that they gained some respect and put that to bed. Terence Crawford doesn't lose, huh?
No, you don't.
Clarissa Shields expressed great pride in Shakur Stevenson, praising his dominant win over Teofimo Lopez, and saying he didn't just win but completely outclassed Teofimo, showing why he is one of the best in the world. She highlighted his precision speed and smart tactics, noting how easily he controlled the fight and set the pace from start to finish. She added that performances like this confirm Shocker's place among the elite, proving he is not only a champion but firmly in the top 4 of his division. Shields admired how he mixes strong defense with sharp offense, making every move count while staying calm under pressure. She noted that even when Teofimo tried to adjust, Shocker's skill, timing, and ring intelligence made him untouchable. For Shields, this fight clearly showed Shocker's talent, heart, and status as one of boxing's very best today.
I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is stopping. I can't ask for nothing else.
What would you think about, obviously, Teo's eye? He never seemed to be able to get into it at all. Is that kind of like the experience you had?
Or he won a round or two, maybe, but that's it. Shakur was dominant. He was able to hit him clean first round, able to avoid shots. Shakur is just on his A game. He's sharper, he's stronger, he's better, and now he's a 4-division world champion. I'm so proud.
Paulie Malignaggi reacted to Shakur Stevenson's performance, calling it a masterclass on an epic level, and said he expected Shakur to do well, but even this went beyond his expectations, adding that he thought a great night could make Shakur look easy. But this was next level. Malignaggi praised Shocker's technical skill, noting that Teofimo tried everything, yet Shocker's style, movement, and defensive control were simply incredible.
Watch was a freaking masterclass beyond epic proportions. I thought Shakur might do something like this, but even this exceeded my expectations. You know, I thought it may be, if Shakur had a really good night, make it look easy and win 9-3, 10-2. This was 12-0, 11-1, and I mean, it was next level type stuff. Teo was trying everything. The various wrinkles to Shakur's style are unbelievable. I mean, I know people like to say he runs. That's because they don't understand what they're watching. I rarely, in my mind, have I ever seen Shakur literally run. Is he defensive? Yes, because he doesn't open up into crazy offensive routines. Okay, yes, so that makes him defensive, but he never really runs. So he's a master of position. I'm always trying to talk about and explain to people that being a master of position is so important, you know, not breaking your position. And what I mean by that is when you make a defensive move, you're not all over the...
He explained that anyone who says Shakur runs doesn't understand boxing, clarifying that Shakur is not running, but defensive controlled and a master of positioning. Every defensive move keeps him balanced and ready to strike, leaving opponents unsure and unable to attack aggressively. Malignaggi stressed that true defensive skill lets a fighter stay effective without losing position, unlike less skilled fighters who end up running or twisting. Awkwardly, he compared Shakur to Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, noting that while Crawford was slightly more offensive, mastering position is key at the top level. Paulie highlighted Shocker's southpaw jab, calling it snappy, sharp, versatile, and very hard to counter, and overall he described Shakur as a next-level defensive expert and brilliant tactical fighter, whose performance went beyond expectations.
Position is great. It doesn't necessarily mean you punch every time you make a defensive move, but every defensive move you make leaves you balanced enough and in a position enough to be able to punch if you want to, if you have the option to punch. And your opponent sees that, and that's why your opponent doesn't attack as aggressively, because sometimes they do get countered, sometimes they don't. You keep them guessing, but your position is always a position that you can punch off of. When guys aren't great at position, even when they make guys miss or whatever, they'll wind up in contorted position situations where they are not able to punch. That's not a really great defensive fighter, and a lot of times they wind up running and going to flight and so on and so forth. That leads to those kind of lapses where the pressure fighters end up getting to guys. But even if you're not a huge puncher, if you're a master of position, you're always going to have the edge. It's just how much of a master are you going to be. Shakur is a next level master of position. He's a defensive specialist. I think the broadcast made it.
Shakur Stevenson fully outperformed Teofimo Lopez in their recent fight, showing precise timing and excellent ring intelligence from the start. Stevenson's jab was sharp and accurate, controlling the distance and creating openings for combinations before Lopez could respond. Lopez tried to press the action early, but his lowered lead hand and tendency to overcommit left him exposed to Stevenson's quick snapping jab.
Combinations. Wasn't the most entertaining fight because it was really a slow-paced type of a fight. You know, pop-shotting, kind of in Shakur Stevenson's pace. And Teofimo Lopez needed to do something different in this fight. He needed to get, you know, Shakur out of his character. He needed to push the pace, which he did in round one, but wasn't successful. He was jumping into his punch, his lead hand was down, and he was getting clipped with every stiff jab possible. I mean, Shakur Stevenson definitely got one of the best jabs in boxing. I've been saying this for a while now, and it's really due to the snap of the punch and the relaxation. He's so relaxed in the pocket. He's so relaxed in the...
The fight's pace was controlled by Stevenson, who set the tempo with smooth, relaxed movement, never forcing exchanges, while keeping perfect defensive positioning. His timing was flawless, letting him land counters easily and stop Lopez's attacks. Although the action was not non-stop, it showcased Stevenson's technical brilliance and confirmed why his jab is one of the best in boxing. Lopez had some early moments, but Stevenson's control of distance and rhythm showed he dominated from start to finish. His performance was a masterclass, leaving no doubt about his skill and strategic intelligence in the ring.
Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. He tried his best. You know, shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting on the fight. But this was definitely a masterclass. If anything, Teofimo Lopez might have won one round out of this whole fight. But, you know, Shakur, just a masterclass. Now, he calls out Conor Benn. Conor Benn comes into the ring, says, "You too small," but also, you know, Shakur Stevenson says he wants that rehydration clause, the same rehydration clause you put Chris Eubank through. So, I don't know if this fight's gonna happen due to the fact that, you know, I don't know if, you know, Conor Benn is really willing to do that, knowing that, you know, Conor Benn is #1 in the WBC, looking for that Ryan Garcia.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more. Until next time.